This is Felix Nmecha for SW.
Felix, welcome to SW. It's a pleasure to sit down with you today. We were chatting a little bit before off camera about this phase of your life, and it seems like it's so exciting, but how are you feeling about everything just now?
Yeah, I feel amazing. I've just seen, especially over the years leading to this point, so much progression in my life, so much going well. And I'm just grateful. I'm excited to see what the future holds. And just looking forward to what's next.
Now, obviously, we're here in Dortmund. You were born a few hours north in Hamburg. You then moved as a kid to Manchester and spent most of your life there before coming back to Germany. But where really does feel like home for you?
I'd say the place that I would call home is still probably in my family house in Manchester. But I do feel at home here as well because I have a lot of good people around me. I have a church here that I go to as well, so it's definitely kind of feels at home here as well.
Do you feel like home's not necessarily a physical place, but more the people around you, the feeling?
Yeah, 100%. I think anywhere you go, if your family's there, your friends are there, it can feel like home. Like even when I was playing at Wolfsburg, because of the group that we had in that team, it definitely felt like home. Even if the city isn't maybe the most exciting in the world, but yeah, I'd say it's a lot to do with the people that are there.
And obviously, having grown up in Germany and England, your father's Nigerian. It's quite a mix of cultures and environments. But do you think that's kind of shaped the man that you are and that you're becoming?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely feel very connected to my Nigerian roots. I think that's probably because I'm very, very close with my dad. And then also my German side with my mom, we're also very close. And then obviously, I grew up in England, so there's a bit of a mix of everything, which is nice. I try to take the good parts of every culture, and it's nice.
What are some of those good parts?
I'd say, with Nigeria, there's a lot of the culture, just the food, the happiness, even just mindset of business mindset, being disciplined. Then the German side is also probably more my mom's generation is very disciplined and has good values and morals and stuff. And then the England side, I think a lot of English people are very open when it comes to just like conversations, having a laugh, and hard working as well. So I'd say there are a few of the things.
They're all the things that you need to get to where you are, really, especially in a professional sport.
Yeah, I think they definitely play a big role. For me, obviously, the root and foundation of that is still my faith, but you definitely try and take all the positives that you can from the different things that you learn over the years. So yeah.
We've only been speaking a few minutes and you've mentioned your family quite a few times, amongst other things, but it's quite clear that they're a massive part of your life in terms of where you are now, where you've been, where you're going.
Yeah, my family they mean so much to me. I think we're a very close family. And it's always been like that from a young age, especially when you go through a lot of struggles and trials. When you go through them together, it just makes you even more close. And then to also just see over the years how our lives have just completely changed from, being in an apartment in Hamburg and council home in England to now both, me and my brother, both footballers. And it's unbelievable to think about it sometimes, but my family's definitely means a lot to me.
And I suppose the transition in terms of moving between countries, that must have only made things stronger.
Yeah, definitely. I know it wasn't an easy decision for my parents, but my dad, he did really well in just preparing everything for us. He came a year earlier, and that was very, very difficult that time, because when you're so close and then your dad is not there for some time, but our mum obviously helped us a lot in that season. But then after preparing everything to move over, he made the transition smooth for us. But of course, there's still things like the language you need to learn, which I think happened quite quick. But yeah, there's definitely still adaptation that has to happen.
Might be more difficult trying to learn a language now. It's probably the right time to do it, right, when you're young.
Yeah, 100%. I can't even remember how long it took for us to learn English, but it felt like it was a few months. So it was definitely faster.
What kind of things do you miss about Manchester in the everyday?
I'd say just like the people that I grew up with, just the friends that you make and the connections that you make, and then obviously going to the places where you grew up is a special thing, and I try to remind myself of where I came from in Wythenshawe, where we grew up, and just going there, seeing, yeah, even just where we used to play in the park, just things like that. It just really, it does a lot with you. So yeah, that's some of the things.
Something that I wanted to talk to you about was your faith. It's obviously something that is massively important to you, but where does that come from? Where does that originate?
Yeah, for me, it was like, I grew up in a Christian household, so we used to go to church, not every Sunday, but we used to go to church quite often. And I always thought I was a Christian. I'd tell people I'm a Christian because I was just following these, yeah, things that you grow up with. But then I would say I reached a point when I was like 14, 15, where I had the true conviction for myself to really put my faith in Jesus and not just follow a religion. And I realized how much it is about just relationship with our Creator. And yeah, since taking that step, it's just been, yeah, year by year, just growing in that relationship with God and getting to know a lot of the truths and even evidences behind the faith, because maybe when you're growing up, you're kind of blind to, is this really the truth? But because I'm just taught it by my parents, but then finding it out for myself and yeah, doing research on it as well has helped a lot to strengthen the faith, to know that it's not just a blind thing that I'm following and putting my whole life into. So yeah, that's a bit on that topic.
Do you think it helps in terms of setbacks, but success as well, in terms of how you manage that day to day?
Yeah, 100%. I think when you know some of the principles that God has shown through His Word, it's like something to fall back on when a challenge comes, because you know that it's not the end of the world. Like, you're able to get through it. Like, God will be with you or help you or give you the strength. So it definitely gives a form of peace and joy through the whole process of different challenges, because you know that at the end things will work out for your good. And yeah, if you just hold His hand through the process, I think that fact of not being alone through it is a huge thing.
You have a community everywhere you go.
Exactly. It's like a global network of people who are just trying to love you and serve you for the betterment of your life. And that's why I'm so grateful for a church that I'm able to go to, and in so many different places as well. It's not always easy to find the right one for you, but when you do, it's such a blessing.
Now, obviously, the life of a footballer is all-consuming in that, you know, there's a million miles an hour all the time. There's a lot going on. Away from that, where do you find sort of real joy in life?
I'd say obviously my faith is my main source of joy in my relationship with God, but also just relationship. I'm a big person on, yeah, investing time into my friends and just doing life together, whether it's going out to eat together or going cinema, doing an activity. I try and use that time with my friends to just kind of zone out from the football world sometimes, because it can be very, very consuming. Yeah.
Do you think your relationships changed with football over the years? Because I suppose as a kid, when you grow up, it's pure joy, right? Playing football, we've all been there. We all loved it. Now it's obviously a bit more different. It's more complex. But do you think that relationship has changed?
I'd say it's changed in some way, but in terms of the joy of the game, I definitely still love it the same. Like, if there was no one watching and there was a football, I would still just be like playing with the ball, trying new tricks. And I think that has been a key of me keeping that joy in my process of my career till now, I had a huge growth spurt. And I always remember people saying, oh, look, you're growing now, you're going to lose all your skills and stuff. And I kind of used that as a motivation to just still do my skills, enjoy the game. But now I still definitely love football, yeah.
It's the most important thing though, right? You know, you're doing it every single day, all the time, for however many years that you do it for. If you lose that joy, then what's the point?
Yeah, it's true. I think it can be easy too in football because it, for some people, becomes just like a job. But I'm grateful that I still have that joy, and I don't just see it as my job. Like, I just see it as a blessing that I'm able to do something that I love every day. Yeah, but I can see how it can get like that for some people.
I suppose your teammates and the environment that you're in, the dressing room, has a big impact on that, right? So how important are genuine friendships in football for you?
I think they're so key because for a lot of footballers, there's probably the question of, is this person really my friend because of me, or the footballer that I am? Are they like genuinely here for who I am, or just like what I can give, what it looks like to be around me and stuff? So I can definitely understand that some footballers probably have like trust issues with these type of things, but yeah, when you have the right group of friends that are genuine and they're able to go with you through the hard times as well, it definitely makes a big difference and helps so much.
I suppose football can define you in a lot of ways, you know, especially from the outside looking in. So how important is it to you that you show who you are to the world, not just the footballer? How important is that to get that across?
Yeah, I think it's important because the purpose of why I play football is more than just to be known or to, yeah, for the finances that come with it. I think I have a deeper goal behind it, to really honor and glorify Christ, and like for me it's so much more than just like being a footballer. I think if you're tied to that is everything that you are and who you are, it can be very dangerous, because what happens when your career finishes? Like, then you don't know. I think a lot of people probably after their career come to that point where they're like, okay, who actually am I now that football is kind of not there anymore? So I always try and speak on the fact of not having your identity in football, because it's something you do and it's an amazing thing, and it's more than just a game, but it still shouldn't be your basis for who I am, because yeah, your life will be all over the place. Because football is so unpredictable. One day it's going amazing, another day can be trials, challenges, and then your life will just be up and down.
Have you thought much about what comes next, life after football? It's a while away, but have you had any thoughts?
I definitely have. I have a lot of visions and things that I'm excited for after my career. But of course, you're still just trying to be very focused on the now. But yeah, it's things that I do think about, yeah.
You'll have to be careful, because you were saying to me that you get quite fixated and engrossed in certain things. So you'll need to try and pick something, right, and one thing and focus on it, or do you want to have sort of multiple things going on?
I think there'll probably be one main thing. But now, like in this day and age, you can have so many possibilities to do different things, which can also work. But I think having 1-2 main focuses is probably a wise thing to do, yeah.
Obviously, you've spoken a bit about focus there. How intentional are you now with your energy, your time off the pitch? Is that something that you place a focus on?
100%. I see it as like something that I have to invest into, whether it's my body, extra training, recovery, even just for your mind to be in a good place, mental training and things like that. I think whilst I'm in my career, I might as well try and do everything, put everything into myself and invest to just try and have the best career that I can have. I
was watching your YouTube channel before we came out. Loved it, to be fair. It's a little bit different.
Just saying that, or
just telling you that, yeah. But no, it's great, and it's nice to see, you know, player doing something, as we've spoken about, and showing different sides to them away from what everybody sees all the time. How did that come about? When did that conversation start? Let's do YouTube.
Yeah, do you know what? I saw it as a opportunity to just really encourage people, to give people a sense of, one, what my life is, and maybe get some inspiration from it, and some maybe principles that I use and that it can help their life in any sort of way. I think also for the fans, it's just nice to have a little bit more access to what a player's doing in his day-to-day and stuff. So giving people a bit of access, and then I think it's a fun thing to do as well, to be honest. I never thought that I would get into YouTube, but I think because of the purpose behind it and how it could help people, I was like, you know what? I think there is certain things that I have to share that could help someone's life. So let me just try and do it and see how it goes. And I think it's going well.
People seem to love it, but it must be quite strange documenting your life all the time and having the cameras on, right?
I'm very mindful of how much I do as well, because, like you said, with focus, with football, you can't be having your mind just everywhere. So I'm definitely strategic in how much I film. It's not like every day the camera's just there. No, I try and structure it so that it's not too much on my mind. And with time, it has become less of a focus thing, because I'm just used to the camera being there and I'm just able to do what I always do.
Now, obviously, you've got the best years of your life, your career ahead of you still. What excites you about what's to come?
There's a lot. I think one thing I'm excited about is just seeing where my career will go, what heights it will get to. I have a lot of expectations of myself and faith for a lot of things in the future. And then also just, family, hopefully be married and have a few kids in the next years and stuff. So there's definitely a lot to look forward to. But I'm just, trying to take it step by step as well.
Felix, thank you.
Thank you.